Greetings, 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 peace and blessings. Welcome, beautiful and sacred souls and beautiful and sacred soul sisters. I am Queen Leia Lewis, the founder and the creator of Beautiful and Sacred Things, which is the growing global community of women who are giving themselves permission to become all of who you are born to be. Really, this is our time, the time now. The divine feminine is rising, and it's so beautiful for me to just look to the left, to look to the right, forward, backwards, and in the mirror, and just everywhere I turn to see women who are powerfully choosing to give themselves permission to grow. And so thank you for joining me for this very special thing that I'm doing with this new season of spring. You know, this is perhaps my most favorite season of the year. I love the climate. I love the weather. I live in Louisiana. So, you know, we have very, very hot summers. We don't have much of a winter, but spring is just perfection. You know, the wind is sweet, the air is cool, birds are singing, flowers are blooming, children are playing, lovers are laughing, you know, just everything that spring ushers in. And so what better time than during this season of renewal, new beginnings, and growth than to step into a new aspect of my way of supporting, serving, encouraging, and teaching my community of the beautiful and sacred soul sisters. So thank you who are joining me for the live presentation. Thank you, sis. And thank you also for those of you who will watch the replay. So, you know, with all new things, again, it's like the seed, right? The seed is small, but do not begrudge small beginnings, because just as the seed is very diminutive and very small in stature, it holds the DNA and it holds the blueprint to become its fullness, to become its grand expression as the plant, the flower, the tree, whatever it is created to be. So I am fulfilling my divine purpose and so grateful to be supporting you in bringing forward some of those practices, some of those lifestyle foundations that have proven to be highly effective for me in transforming my life at many critical points, reinventing myself over and over again, and really becoming comfortable in my own skin, just really owning who I am, owning my power, owning myself, and continuously growing and expressing in my life purpose vision. So when we started our journey of 2018 as a community, at the onset, we began with a process of creating your life purpose vision board, the life purpose vision board. And so that life purpose vision board was part of a matrix, a quadrant that is really a formula that I understand and have been expressing in my journey to be the divine feminine journey manifestation matrix. Okay, this is the way we call things into being. This is a way in which we call things into creation, and we make our ideas, our concepts, those things that we desire, a reality. How do we take it from the abstract of spirit, or how do we take it really more accurately from the pure potential of spirit, and how do we actualize things and make them true and real? So when we turn to the left and we turn to the right, that is the experience that we are having. So this matrix has 4 parts. That's why I called it quadrants, none in any particular order of importance, essential to creating and manifesting, bringing forward into existence those experiences that you desire. The thing that you must always remember is the things that you desire, that you want to be real, it's really a matter of you becoming that thing that you want to have. It's a matter of you becoming it. I'm going to repeat that. It's a matter of you becoming the woman who can have such an experience. So it's very much a matter of transforming yourself, empowering yourself from the inside out, so that you aren't really just waiting for something to happen to you, but you have determined and you have made a decision and you have begun to recreate your life and recreate yourself, or open yourself in such a way that those things are possible for you. So these are the 4 parts of the quadrant, getting to it. Believe. That's the first part. First, you have to believe it in your consciousness. You have to know that it is possible. You have to increase your mindset. You have to elevate your consciousness, right? The next part, the second part of the quadrant is receive. You have to allow those things that you say are important to you, those things that you say that you desire. You have to receive them. We as feminine vessels, as divine representations of the Creator here on the planet, that's the way we're made. We are made to receive. That is feminine energy. And so, of course, we also have masculine energy too. But if receiving, allowing, allowing people to support you, allowing things to come into your life, receiving compliments, receiving gifts, receiving blessings, however it is that divine spirit will choose to show up in our life, that is something that is necessary that we begin to cultivate so that we can have experience and become what it is that we desire. So first we have believe, then we have receive. The third part is perceive, right? Perception. Our perception is important. Perception can also be called, in other words, our intuition, our inner knowing, our spiritual gifts, whether that is spiritual sight, spiritual hearing, spiritual feeling, okay? All of those intuitive faculties, those feminine gifts that we are bestowed by the Creator, we have to be able to perceive so that we can navigate this journey and to know when Spirit is speaking to us to say, yes, go this way, no, go that way, yes, speak to this person, no, don't speak to that person. So we begin to better trust ourselves so that we know that whatever happens, that with God, Goddess, we cannot fail. We cannot fail. And any experience that happens that we perceive to be detrimental, let's reframe that. Just look at another way of how we can reframe those experiences and perceive them to be working for our highest good. We must mine, like a gold mine, right? We have to be like the miner who mines those experiences in our life to go back and mine the wisdom, to gain the lesson, and to master it so that we can continue to ascend and grow. This is not to say that those people who are out of character or who may harm us or who may hurt us or who just may not have our own best interest at heart, it's not to excuse their behavior, but it is to say that in the divine order of things, all things, of course, are reckoned, and we must stand in our power as perceptive creatures, all right? The fourth part of the formula is this. It is achieve. No matter what it is that you desire for your life, whatever you are calling forth and allowing and perceiving, there is work that is involved. There is some doing that is required. So we have to really balance all parts of that quadrant and seek to, whenever we see that there is something that is not coming forward for us, something that we desire for our lives, check the quadrants, check it. Like, am I believing it? Do I really believe that I can have this? Do I really believe this to be true? Have I made a decision that I want it, that I will have it? Have I become clear about my intentions? Okay, check each part of it. Check your belief system. Check your allowing, check your ability to receive things. Check also your perceptions, your intuition. Are you following the guidance? Are you doing what has been inspired for you? And then achieving. Are you doing those things that you know to be your natural next step? So that just kind of gives you a holistic picture of what this series and this journey as beautiful and sacred soul sisters we're on. So today's journey, today's experience, today's masterclass is on the topic of I am ready to receive. So let's do this. Let's take a deep breath. Let's take 3 deep breaths all together. So let's take 3 more. Now, after this 3rd deep breath, let's open our eyes. Okay. And so let's center ourselves in this time and in this space and in this experience. This is about you, okay? We are here together. And this is beautiful and sacred space for you to focus on yourself and for you to do your soul work. You hear me say that often. But that's really the big mission that we have as incarnated spirits, right? We have a mission of doing the work of our souls. And so when we do our soul work, that is when we greater have the experiences of joy, abundance, peace, satisfaction, health, wealth, abundance, whatever it may be that you desire and that you are worthy of, and that should be your experience, right? That is your birthright experience as a divine feminine being, right? Doing our soul work is the mission. That is the ultimate mission, right? So we are doing our soul work tonight, and I thank you for sharing your time and your space and just your presence so that I can offer to you what is working for me. Without further going forward, I must give honor and credit where credit is due and give thanks and praise to my teachers, to my elders, to my spiritual mothers, my spiritual fathers, to my spirit guides, to my ancestors, to my mother, my father, my parents, to all of those people who are a part of my beautiful, firm, and expansive foundation, those shoulders that I stand on. And so here I am working in my purpose as this present generation of bringing forward those ancient teachings, right? Those universal teachings, those cultural teachings that will serve to empower you as a woman. So I am ready to receive. I want you to be with that question, this question: what am I ready to receive? What am I ready to receive? Now, readiness. Ready meaning, what is the next natural thing that you are yearning to call forward into your life experience? What are you ready to have more of? What are you ready to newly experience in your life? Or what are you ready to experience in a different kind of way? This is spring. Things are blossoming, things are growing, things are bursting forth. And so even in your spirit, there are things that are ready from having gone through the dark nights and the dark season, the cool, dark season of winter, in which we were basically returned to the womb of the earth, right? To that dark gestation period. Okay, your seed, right? Your seed of ideas, your seed of energies are now gestating, right? They are, what is that? What is the gardening term? I'm a gardener. It needs to come to me. But the seeds are beginning to germinate. There it is. The seeds are germinating. And so in that pure black dark potential of the seed, right? That dark, dark, dark compressed unit of just pure potentiality, right? In the winter, it's dormant, or basically we could say not dormant, but it's storing up energy. And now this energy is bursting forth with the heat and with the light and with the humidity, the dewiness of spring, those gentle rains and sometimes those full rains. And at any minute, it's just going to burst forth. So the thing is this, because it's in natural order that these things, in fact, are happening in all of creation around us. Why would you not, or why are you not? Why should we attune with that energy? And that's what we're about, attuning. So if you don't have paper, if you don't have pencil, anytime I do this, I want to encourage you to have that so you can take notes and you can just have something to reflect back on. I may give you some action assignments as we go. So what are you ready to receive? What is it? What are you ready to receive? Now, if you did the life purpose vision board assignment, if you did your believe soul work in last month, in the month of February, well, then you are clear. You should have great clarity about what are the things that you are ready to receive. You can go back and look at those things. What I would encourage you to do, whether you have created a vision board, a life purpose vision board, or whether you have not, Either way, you can step into this next part of receiving by making clear and powerful statements and writing them out as your affirmations, okay? Intending, being very clear about your intentions. Let me speak personally. What am I ready to receive? Like, this is Queen Leah's truth. I am ready to receive a beautiful home that is a sanctuary for my children and I. I am ready to receive a beautiful experience of enjoying my health through a fit and a flexible and an energized body. I am ready to receive a new experience of love, a blissful love, and love with a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful man that is, and I'm becoming more clear every day of what qualities I expect and desire and deserve to receive. I am ready to receive beautiful, blissful experiences of empowered sisterhood with women who are my soul sisters in success and my soul sisters in spirit. I am ready to receive exponential growth and financial abundance as I share my gifts, talents, knowledge, and wisdom with other people in alignment with my calling as an entrepreneur and as an artist and as a Sacred Arts for Living teacher. I am ready to receive a beautiful new experience of peace and joy and stability as the mother of my children. I am ready to receive new experiences traveling the world with ease and with grace and with other people, organizations, and partners sponsoring my travel across the country and across the world. I can go on and on and on, right? I am clear about what it is that I desire. So this is your work. This is your soul work. Your soul work is to create clear statements of what it is that you are ready to receive and to write those statements down. Now you can go back and revisit your vision board, your life purpose vision board. And if you are a member of the Beautiful and Sacred Soul Sister community or desire to become a member of that community, of our private community on Facebook, there is a post there in the file section where I show you and taught you about the actual 9 quadrants of your whole life. So according to the principles of feng shui, there are 9 zones of our home, right, that align with 9 sectors of our whole life. What I'm saying is this: you would want to create an I am statement in alignment with each of those 9 sectors. And here are the sectors in general. You want an I am statement for these 9 areas: your career and your life purpose, your health and your spirituality, your experience of fame, success, and your reputation. That's number 3. Your self-love and your romantic love, your children and your creativity, helpful people in your life, and travel. And then also you would want to have I am statements for your wisdom and knowledge. What are you learning and becoming wise about? Also for your family and your relationship with your ancestors. And last but not least, your experience of wealth and abundance. So I know that was a mouthful. If you have the replay, you can go back and revisit those. And also in the group, posted there in files are those actual 9 sectors. So create your I am ready statement. So this is good. This is excellent. Intention. When we know what we want, when we are clear about what it is that we want, we can then we can make empowered decisions. You can make an empowered decision about this is in alignment with what I say I want and what is important to me. And if it is, well, then progress. And if it's not, well, then you block it, you rebuke it, you let it go, you release it, whatever it is, okay? And so this is why receiving is so essential to having what you want. It's because once you know what you want, you have to recognize it when it shows up. Now, this is the thing. This is the beautiful kind of mystery of the universe is this. Things do not always show up in a way that we expect them to show up. We can be clear about what it is that we want, but we also, and we must always give room and give grace for God, Creator, Mother, Father, Source, and Supply to show up and to allow things to happen that surpass even our human understanding, right? I know you are divine and I am divine, but allowing the God of creation, the source and the creator, to show up and to work the magic. Your desire is your intention, and your responsibility is to know what you want. Then you allow the universe, you permit creation to show up and to fill the order, if you will, to fulfill the order. So with receiving, what has been something that you have had difficulty receiving in your life? I want you to think about that. What has been something that you have had difficulty receiving in your life? Think about it and work on it, okay? And by work on it, I mean like write it out, like process that out. What has been something that I have had difficulty receiving, experiencing in my life? Now, that difficulty of receiving something can show up in any number of ways. Like, we don't necessarily go, I'm having difficulty receiving this, okay? But this is how it can show up. Where have there been blocks? Where have you had some resistance? Where have you continued to go back around and repeat a continued experience or a lesson, or to have the same experience over and over and over in your life, a negative experience or something that you do not desire? Now, the names could be different, the people could be different, the circumstances could be different, but what has been an experience that has continued to show up over in your life? Now, if that has been something that you did not desire, that goes to show that on the other side of that there is some resistance, or there is a limiting belief, or there's something there that has been blocking you from having the higher experience, the greater experience, if that is clear. Okay, so become clear about, at this point in your life, what are those things that you are ready to let go of? What are you ready to release? What are you ready to let go of? All right. So you can almost think of it this way. The 9 I am statements that you have created, I am ready to receive, I am ready to receive. After you have written those statements in a list, you can even do it in column form. On the other side of the column, right? What has been the resistance? What has been the block? What have you not allowed in your life so that you can experience the things that you desire? So I'm going to go back to my experience, or back to my I am statements. I said that I am ready to receive a beautiful, welcoming home experience that is a sanctuary for my children, for my family, and for myself, right? Now, I'm clear, this is important to me, but what have I not allowed so that I can have that experience? What I have not allowed, or what has been blocking me from that, has literally been physical clutter. It has literally been stuff. It has been things that I have hoarded, held on to, been attached to, and not made a priority to release those things and to transform my environment, because I've just had so many things moving in my life. And also I went through a very big upheaval of an ending of a relationship. And so it's like, it's time to finally reckon with it and to deal with the stuff. That has been something that has been in the way. What you're identifying on the other side of that column are the things that you're releasing. Now, another thing that I said that I am ready to receive is I am ready to receive a new experience of health, wealth, and by wealth, I mean my health being my wealth, feeling good in my body, feeling wonderful, feeling energized, flexible, feeling robust and energetic. So, what have I not allowed in my life for me to have that more empowered relationship, or with myself and with my body? What I have not done is I have not fully committed to a new way of living. So again, in each of these things, we have a matter of self-responsibility. There is nothing, there is nothing that we can, there is nothing that we are not responsible for. Okay, when you become a woman, when you become of a certain legal age or a certain spiritual age or a certain age of consciousness and awareness, we must become abundantly clear and own the truth that we are the ones who are responsible for our reality. We are the ones who are responsible for our happiness. We are the ones who are responsible for becoming all of who we are born to be. And so, getting clear about what your responsibilities are, or getting clear about where there have been blocks and limitations and how you have held yourself back is like of divine and utter importance, because then you can move forward with clarity, and then you can move forward with power. Now, the next thing, I'm giving you one more example and then we're going to go on. The other thing I shared is I am ready to have a new experience of love, of romantic love, of a divinely beautiful and blissful and sacred relationship with a man who is the embodiment of the sacred masculine, as I am an embodiment of the divine feminine. Okay. Now, what has been holding me back? What has been holding me back have been some of my fears, my trepidations, my limiting beliefs concerning the quality of person who I desire to show up and to be available for me, right? So that has meant that I have had to cultivate, and I've had to do and have been doing work, my soul work, around issues of worthiness, around issues of self-love, around issues and opportunities of self-care. I'm being very transparent with you all, but again, you're my soul sisters, and that's what we are here for. So you must do this exercise so that you have clarity about you. Like, there's no need really in hiding from ourselves, because it's about loving ourselves where we are, as we are, and moving forward. Now, at the onset of this, I shared that I would be sharing with you tools that have proven effective in transforming my life time and time and time again. Admittedly, I am, and we all are, works in progress. And I am of the belief that, when we have reached whatever level of mastery or whatever level of completing the lessons of our soul, we will ascend, we will transition in terms of like our body, we will pass away, right? Our life will be complete, and then we will move on to the next level of experience. So never beat up on yourself, right? Never put yourself down for being a work in progress, because that's the whole nature of this journey. Is soul work. Is for us to continue to grow and evolve and to become a more pure, brighter, lighter expression of love and all of those attributes of God, to own all of our divinity and to shine as the divine being that we are, right? So this is what we're doing. We're continuing to cultivate and refine. So these tools will support you on your journey. They are foundational. I call them the essential sacred arts. And there are many sacred arts practices in my particular journey, in my walk, from my foundation of being a girl who was raised in the Baptist church, through my pilgrimages and my travels around the world, and through my love of culture and art and creativity. I have met people of many backgrounds and many life experiences and many spiritual paths, and studied with many teachers and many people who have just blessed me on my journey, and completed my own sacred rites of passage that have been a matter of spirit working with me, as well as me making my commitment to my particular journey and path. I'm saying all of that to say is this: what I have found to be true is that as a person who is a lover of truth, me, as a person who seeks truth and desires truth and wants the truth and seeks wisdom, right? And loves wisdom and desires wisdom, That which is true is true, okay? That which is good is good. That which is of God is of God. That which is holy is holy. And across different traditions, across different walks, across different paths and cultures and so forth, these are things that I call sacred arts that have been empowering for me, as they have been empowering for people in different traditions and cultures and nations for generations, since antiquity even. So I'm going to be sharing with you four particular sacred arts practices that you can use this spring and moving forward into 2018 and beyond, that you can integrate into your lifestyle so that you can transform, okay? So that you can continually transform, clear out, remove, eradicate, strip away those limiting beliefs, those limiting concepts, um, so that you can strip away those experiences in between where you are and where you are going, growing, and who you are becoming. All right, that was a mouthful. So this is how you clear out the old and make room for the new. This is how you get rid of things and release things so that you can receive those things that you are yearning and calling forward to burst into your life and to blossom this spring and forward as the wheel of the calendar year turns. Number one, the first sacred art practice that I'm sharing with you I'm looking at my notes here, is affirmation. Now, some of these will probably be remedial, or some of these may be things that you are aware of and that you are using, but it is my responsibility to share it with you, okay? Or to remind you of those things that you know, right? We have tools, but if you're not using your tools, then you can't build a house, right? They're just sitting over there, right? Or you can't clean the house. So you have to use the tools that you are blessed to know about so that you can create the change and build the structure that you desire. So number one is affirmation. Affirmation is the power of speaking into existence. I can go from, the Holy Bible that says the power of life and death is in the tongue, right? I could cite the wisdom of the Yoruba people, who have a term called Ofo Ashe. Ofo Ashe is the power of the spoken word. We can talk about in East Asia, the tradition of mantra, right? Om, like even the very, very ancient mantra, the original primordial sound of the universe. Anyway, however it is that we understand it, across cultures, all people agree, many people agree, right? Many people do agree that there is power in our tongue. There is power in the spoken word. You must understand that your word is your wand. Your word is your wand. I did not create that. I heard it from someone else. I think I heard it first from Reverend Valerie Love, but I love it. Let your word be your wand, your magic wand, right? So the things that you desire in your life must be a constant meditation upon your lips. It must be a constant utterance. And as in using affirmations, it's necessary that anything that we speak, there are a couple of requirements for the affirmation to be most powerful. First, we speak of it in the affirmative. We say it in a positive way, in an affirmative. It's an affirmation. So you speak of the things that you desire to have as your experience, that you desire to be and become. I am ready to receive. I am receiving. I am open to receiving. I am. That I am is ancient. That I am is original. That I am is holy, because God, creator, source, is the almighty I am. So when you automatically say I am, you are standing in the seat of your divine power, and you are speaking it as a divine being, okay? I am. What are you? So invoke the almighty I am. The second thing that is important about affirmations is you speak them in the positive tense. Don't say, what's going to happen in the future or tomorrow, right? The difference between saying, I am enjoying a blissful relationship with a wonderful man who is divinely sent and perfect for me versus I will meet a man who is good for me. Okay, that's future tense. If you state it in the future, you're going to continue to push it into the future. But when you when you use the I am statement, you are seeding it in the present and in the now, and you are creating that experience. Now, the other thing about affirmations that's very important is how you say the affirmation, right? So this is not just something that you would want to just casually and rotely, as Mother Louisa T says, you don't just rotely pray. I'm sure you even heard this, maybe growing up, if you did in the church, about just saying a prayer. It's a difference between saying it, and it's a difference from expressing it and speaking it with energy and with passion. And so anytime you are using your affirmations, find yourself in a very relaxed state. Get as relaxed and as easy as you can be in your presence, right? From the tip of your head, from the crown chakra, all the way through all parts of your energetic being, all the way down to the soles of your feet. You want to be relaxed so that you can receive the energy that you are speaking. Number two, you do want to say it out loud. You do want to speak it into the atmosphere so that that sound vibration will be another thing that you can do that is super very powerful as well is you can say it in the mirror. So looking into your own eyes and making that connection with your inner spirit, okay, through the windows of the soul, okay, looking in the mirror, and it's almost like you would be hypnotizing yourself, or you would actually be, speaking a magical spell unto yourself, right? So you want to make that connection eye to eye with yourself in the mirror. Another thing that you also can use with affirmations that is highly effective is saying your affirmations over water which has no enemies, as the Yoruba say, over a glass of water, even that you would drink. So if you can imagine having a glass of water and you're speaking your affirmations over your water, and then you blow your breath into your water, when you drink that water, you also are drinking the affirmation within you. Another thing that you could do is those power words that you're using with your affirmation. If you're invoking love, abundance, peace, joy, health, order, creativity, longevity, long life, energy, flexibility, you name it, all of those positive attributes. Dr. Emoto, right? One of my teachers was very recently teaching about him. Tish was teaching about him in one of her courses, and I already was aware of Dr. Emoto's work and had done some minor experiments with his work, and I'm sharing them with you. But he's a Japanese scientist who is famous for his water experiments, where he would take words, particularly words like love, peace, hate, anger, joy, war, different words, and he would put these words on a vessel of water. So it was like written on paper, and then he would put it underneath a vessel of water and just let it sit. Then he would take a sampling of that water and put it under a microscope. And when he looked under the microscope, what he discovered was that the vibration, the word vibration, the energy of that word, everything is energy. We already know this, right? Everything in this universe is energy. We are energy. Words are energy. The physical things around us are energy, right? Some of it has coalesced into matter. But the energetic vibration of those words would actually affect the molecules and the arrangement of the water molecules. So words like peace, joy, love, abundance, those positive attributes had a beautiful design, or they had been formed. The water molecules had a beautiful arrangement, like a beautiful snowflake, if you will. Just beautiful. However, those words that were negative, harmful, okay, the war, rage, not that anger is bad, but war, hate. Here we go. That's more accurate. War, hate, an insult, a word that is an insult, perhaps. Those words had a chaotic, dissonant, very disordered, less attractive look in terms of how the water molecules were arranged. To the point, why am I saying this? When you speak your affirmations over the water, you're putting the energy in the water and you are consuming that into your being, right? And you're blessing yourself. Our bodies are more than 70% water, okay? And so you are basically filling your physical vessel, your physical body with water that is blessed and that has been purified. So that speaks to the power of affirmation. I have given you several recommendations of how you can up your affirmation experience, how you can elevate your affirmation experience to again clear away what it is that you do not desire and further invoke your intentions to further create a vibration, to create an atmosphere within your body temple and within your environment, within your atmosphere, and calling forward the things that you desire. Now, let's go to number 2. The second sacred art that I love and that I know to be transformational is this. It is the sacred art of sacred bathing. Yes, 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 yes. Sacred bathing. Now, some of you may call it taking a spiritual bath. Sacred bathing, spiritual baths, all of those are important. Maybe, there may be some difference in expression depending on who's saying it, but I use those terms interchangeably. Sacred bathing or a spiritual bath. Now, our body temple, right? We are not just this physical form. That part which is you, because we are energy, the part of you extends beyond your actual body. We call that what? The aura, okay? So around us, there is a energetic body that that expands beyond your physical body. So your aura expands. Your aura is part of your capacity to attract and to receive things that you desire. Your aura must be conducive and your aura must be attractive. Now, every time we move into environments, when we move into different spaces, when we leave our home, which is ideally a sanctuary and a spiritual haven for us and our loved ones, when you move beyond that boundary of your home and you step into the world, if your neighborhood, beyond the walls of your home or your apartment, when you step into work, the grocery store, the shopping mall, on the streets, the city bus, the train, wherever it is, the airplane, wherever it is that you're going, we are then bombarded with the energies, and we are bombarded with the ideas, and we are bombarded even with the genetic matter, right, in terms of like colds and viruses and flus and you name it, cozy, like rebuke all of that. But we are bombarded with energies of other people, and because we are energetic beings, because you are energy, because you are an energetic being, and particularly if you're in my tribe, you are a light being, right, a bright light being, a positive light loving holy being, right? We attract energies. And so it's necessary that we also create a lifestyle of continuously, and I would say even in a systematic way, of honoring our bodies, our auras, our energies, and our attraction factor by spiritual bathing. A spiritual bath, a sacred bath, is a matter of not just cleaning your body. You take your physical bath first. You go take a shower, you take a bath, your body is clean. But a sacred bath is done with the intention of restoring your energetic field with a particular vibration that you want to call forward. So, what am I saying? You can take a sacred bath for peace. Perhaps you need to have more inner peace, more calm, more balance in your life. There's a sacred bath for that. Perhaps you desire to have more fun, more joy, more exciting experiences. There's a sacred bath for that. And, that can even mean like including and attracting more friends, having more friendship. There are baths that you can do to attract that. Perhaps you want to have more love, perhaps you want to have a romantic partner, a lover, a wonderful person in your life, right? Or you want to attract the attention of the opposite sex or whoever you are interested in. You can have that kind of sacred bath as well. Perhaps you need more money, more wealth, more abundance. You're going to, you need to pick up the commerce in your business, or perhaps you're going to look for a job. All of those might be reasons to do an attraction bath around finances and prosperity and wealth. All of those are human reasons, right? Those are all experiences that are common among people, right? And depending on your life vision board, there are going to be things that you want to attract because you are ready to receive it. You are ready to receive it. So this spiritual bath is another way that you can, again, just align the energy of your life, that you can continue to build that vibration in your life so that the things that you are ready to receive, you are essentially allowing it. You are giving it room, you are giving it space, and you are giving it an opportunity to come to you. So, with sacred bathing, I have two very powerful recommendations for you today, okay? And this goes with what we will be covering more of in the Ready to Receive 11-week challenge. This masterclass is giving you some some nice, sweet highlights as well, and things that you can take action with and move forward. But some of you are going to want to go deeper, and you're going to want to work with me specifically over the 11 weeks to really create that powerful transformation with me, as well as with the other community of women, beautiful and sacred women who are part of this experience. And so we're going to be working deeply over the 11 weeks. Now, here's the first thing. If you want to release things, if you are ready to let things go, whether that, and I'm giving you examples here, that could be tiredness. It can just meaning, being physically just overworked and feeling burdened, feeling heavy, feeling tired. It could be stress. It could be having had arguments with people. It could be bickering back and forth. It could even be loss. It could be pain. It could be some sense of depression or melancholy. One of the most effective spiritual baths that you can just get in the routine of doing is the sacred bath of, after you have taken your bath, draw another bath with lukewarm water. And in that lukewarm water, you're going to put 3 powerful ingredients. One is this. Salt. One is salt. Salt is a powerful cleanser. And if you can think about any time that you have gone to the beach and you've been in ocean water and just how cleansing and refreshed and renewed you felt, what you're doing is you're creating that vibration in your own home, okay? So you draw a fresh bath in a fresh tub, right? And you have salt water. And so just in that lukewarm bath, you're going to add salt. You can use table salt, but it's even more effective if you can use sea salt. And I would say like a good, half a cup would be good, and you sprinkle it in the water, and that's good. You're releasing. The second thing that you can add to this bath as well is clear quartz, a quartz crystal. So find a clear quartz crystal that you can add. That would be good as well, because again, clear quartz has a brightening, lightening, whitening vibration. Okay, it's about, you know, lightening things up. And then the third thing would be this. You would want to have a white candle that's lit. So pretty much everything here is white that we're sharing, that I'm sharing. And then the other that I'm sharing with you. And then the other thing would be white petals. Okay, so a white flower like a carnation or a daisy or even a white rose, and you would put all of that in the bath, and that would be super, super duper. Okay, so that is a sacred bath that you can do for clearing, cleansing, releasing, letting go of whatever it is. And while you're in that bath, what you're doing is you're not really dwelling on what the problem is, but you're just allowing yourself to feel. You're allowing yourself to be present, and you just use that bath as a time to cleanse yourself and invoke. Use your affirmations, use your words of power to invoke that you are healed, that I am well, I am healed, I am well, I am at peace. Okay, I am healed, I am well, I am at peace, I am clear, I am clean, I am healthy, I am happy. Okay, and then as that you let that water drain out of your tub, you collect all of the stuff, get it, put it in a bag, tie it up, throw it out of the house, etc. You clean your tub, right? And then you want to come to the next step, which is a part two, and then you want to layer a vibration. You want to add another vibration of the things that you desire. Okay, so this is what I'm excited to share also with you about. Is I'm so fortunate to be working with a wonderful company. You've heard me mention, some of you already, Essence Tree. Essence Tree is a women-owned company owned by a woman of color, creating the most beautiful, natural, healing, organic beauty products, you know, that are just affirming. So today I brought with you, you can see that my bottle is well used. And this is Amore Love Oil, Amore Love Oil. And so after you take that spiritual bath, your sacred bath in the water, then you want to anoint yourself. You want to anoint yourself with the thing that you are calling into you. Now, this love oil would be appropriate for any number of purposes, whether it's romantic love, whether it is greater self-love, whether it is love for your family, love for your children. Love is the vibration. Love is the healing power, right? And so you, of course, could create your own love oil, but I just love this product so much that it has become part of my staple and what I use. So after that bath, you get the oil. You put a little here, and this just has the beautiful fragrance here: bergamot, rose, myrrh, sandalwood, vanilla, ginger and clove, and roses, and so much more. And so you just pour a portion here. Now, the way this works, you could either put this in, you could actually put it in a bath, like if you wanted to make a specific love bath, but I use it as an anointing oil, right there. And then you pray over it. You pray, you speak again, and you pray over it, okay? This is what I customarily say when I use this. I love myself, I respect myself, I appreciate myself. I call forth the goddess who is within me. I stand in my power and my beauty, okay? And then you're layering more of that vibration on you, okay? And not only is it because, so you have a few things that are energetically working at this time, you have the actual ingredients, which are love-based ingredients: the rose, the cinnamon, the myrrh, the vanilla. Those are all attraction type fragrances that are aligned over cultures, right, with the energy of love. And then my hands are slippery now. And then another thing that we also have is the love butter as well. So, you know, you could use them both, or you could use either or. So During the course of the particular challenge, I will be sharing, this will be part of one of the things that we will do throughout the challenge is using the Essence Tree Amore Love combo of the oil as well as the body butter, so that we can intentionally empower ourselves and self-care for ourselves and self-love ourselves with holistic and natural and wonderful things that empower our life. So that was number two. That was sacred bathing, all right? And the power of using your bath time, using the power of water, the energy of water to release the things that you are ready to clear and to receive, to call into you more of the experiences that you desire. Now, number three. The third thing, the third experience that is a sacred art that is fundamental to clearing and releasing is this. It is taking care of your home environment. And so now we're going to go a little bit into spiritual house cleaning, spiritual house cleaning. Now, this is something that is part of my mission. So everybody's going to be setting, well, during this challenge, during the first week, this is what we're going to do. The first week of the challenge is about getting clear about what are your one, two, three, four. What are going to be your 3 or 4 primary goals or your primary intentions that you intend to focus on during the challenge? Now, I know you had a statement of 11 I am ready statements, but of those 11, like what are the 3 that you want to give your greatest attention to over the course of the 11-week challenge? What are the 3 or 4, not more than 4, that you want to give focus to? Now, one of mine is going to be, as I have shared several of mine, is about transforming my physical space, transforming my environment, making a big, big transformation. I've been making progress and I've been doing it, but I'm ready to go ahead and push this wagon over the wheel, up the hill, across the cliff, whatever is going to be required for me to make the transformation in my home environment, now that I'm on the other side of an experience that was a big lesson and a big teacher. So this is what I want to share with you and teach about spiritual cleaning. Your home is another expression of your energy field, right? As I said, ideally your home is a sanctuary for yourself and for your family. Therefore, you get to curate, you get to be like the conductor of the energy of your home so that you are always creating, building, and layering a vibration that is conducively pleasant for yourself and for the people who live there and those who you invite into your home. Now, we all know the adage and we know the old saying of, like, spring house cleaning, spring house cleaning. Well, yeah, exactly. It's not just, something that people say, but what better time to clear and to clean your home than spring, so that the things that, you have held on to in winter, that energy of winter that has gained power, you can clear out anything that is time to release, and then you can allow some new things to come on into your life. So these are the basics of house cleaning that I want to share with you. You are cleaning your physical home, right? Of dust, of clutter, of things that are unneeded, broken, etc. That is one level of the cleaning, is the actual physical cleaning of stuff and the actual clearing of things that are no longer useful. Sisters along the way, I'm pretty sure I've shared this, but I'll repeat it. Queen Melissa Crawford shared that, she has this ritual of going and she touches everything. I can only imagine how minimalist and how orderly her space is. She goes through every room, every closet, and she says, if it's not useful, if it's not beautiful, and if it's not helpful, useful, beautiful, or if it's not significant, I forget what, then it's time to let it go. So you can have such determine is it significant, meaning the significant value in terms of family memories and importance to you, and also is it valuable? And if it doesn't meet that test, well then, meaning perhaps it's something that it's time to let go of. So you have done the physical cleaning and clearing of the space. So the spiritual clearing is this. You also want to move out energies that are old and that are stagnant and that could be holding you back from receiving what you desire. Have there been arguments in the home? Have there been bickering? Has there been depression, crying, sickness? Has there been, is the house overrunning with bills, overrunning with just kind of an energy that is flat and it doesn't really have, lightness to it? What you want to do is starting at the back of your house. Okay, so you have the entrance of your home, but whatever would be the furthest corner from your home, with a new broom. Did you hear me saying new broom? With a new broom, you want to sweep your house from the back to the front, okay? Starting from the back to the front. And you're taking the dirt and you are sweeping it from the back of the house to the front. Now, while you're sweeping, not only are you sweeping the floors, but then you also, well, let me just leave it there. You're going to sweep all of the dirt off of the floors from the back to the front. Even if you have carpet, you're still using a broom because there's something about that action of the broom. You're taking all of that and you're just moving all of the energy while you're praying, okay? You're praying about what you're doing and you're laying down a vibration of what you want your house to be, what you want your house to feel like, what you are removing, what is not allowed in your house. And you move that energy and you move that dirt and you move that stuff from the back to the front. And then when you get to the front door of the house, you collect it. You collect it like with a dustpan, any dirt that is there, you collect it, you bag it, tie it up, throw it in the trash, and it is done. It is released. So you have moved the energy from the back to the front. Now, the other thing that you want to do is you want to lay down, it's almost like you want to neutralize the energy, right? And then that's when you would smudge. At this point, you can start at the front of the house and with smudge, which would be a smudge stick of like sage, or it could be rosemary, or it could be Palo Santo. Those are all appropriate. Then you're moving from the front to the back of the house in a circular motion, and then you're going to sage, making sure you pay attention. I'm saying sage, but smudge, making sure you pay attention to the corners, making sure you pay attention to just what you are feeling. Feel the whole process, because again, perception, your perception is important. So if you feel the desire to want to linger in a particular area, linger there, right? And just go ahead and sage and everything. Now, this is another part that's important as well, is while you are doing the spiritual cleaning, even with the sweeping stage, you want to open the windows. So this energy that you are stirring up and that you are pushing out, so that it can move out. Even when you come back from the front and you start to sage or smudge, you even still want to have, so you want fresh flowing air to come through. And then the final stage would be actually like doing a spiritual wash in your house, a floor wash. So there are a couple of ways that you can do that. If you have wood floors, you could prepare a bath, and not a bath, but like a mop bucket with a fresh, clean, new mop. Okay, everything is clean and new. It's like you're starting over. It's a reset, if you will. So with this mop bucket, you have cool water, and then you would actually want to put into it, you could even use, some of the oil, but some things, lemon would be good. Lemon is nice and clean and bright. You could use a perfume, not necessarily a perfume that you wear on your body per se, but you could use a perfume, something fresh and floral of what you want to put down, and pray over that as well as the energy in your home. So that spiritual cleaning of your home is going to be very important and very powerful so that you can receive things into your life. Now, if you feel like this is a big project or something, I want to encourage you to do what you can. Just making the effort and doing what you can gives room, and it gives space, and it gives energy for spirit to come in and to bless you and to show up. So making the effort is important. Doing the work is important. Doing the soul work is important. So in each of these examples, do what is possible. Get started, like get started now, sooner rather than later. And that's why this challenge is so important, because the challenge supports you with a community experience. We'll see how many people join the challenge, but the challenge gives you the opportunity to be supported with some structure so that we are doing these things together. All right. Now, last but not least, the last but not least piece in terms of laying down the vibration so that you can allow things into your life is with working with the lunar cycles. This is the sacred art of new moon manifestation. And I know for some of you, this is not new. You are experienced, and this is part of your way of life. And for some of you, it is very new. But during the challenge, I will be going more further into teaching about it. But this is the simple version. This is the introductory lesson that you can take away, is understanding that as divine feminine beings, because we are women, we are uniquely and powerfully aligned with the force of the moon. The lunar energy of the moon is considered around cultures since antiquity to be a feminine energy. And we, in fact, bear witness that as women, because our menstrual cycles are aligned with the movement of the tides, and our emotions are connected with the waxing and the waning of the moon. And so every 28 days, just as our cycles move through a 28-day cycle that is aligned with the energy of the moon moves from a period of a dark moon, which is when the moon is not visible to the eye, to a full moon, and then so that is the waxing. The dark moon, which is not visible, and then it grows from like the crescent moon to the half moon to the full moon, and then that is called waxing. And then at the full moon, it begins to diminish in size back to another dark moon, and that is called waning. Well, energetically, those are times in nature in which we can also align ourselves with the seasons, or with the cycles that are happening. Seasons and cycles, seasons and cycles. This is just the order of creation. And so as we live in harmony with seasons and cycles, we will experience and we will know to be true the power of God working in the universe and working through us and for us. So the new moon is a time for you to plant your intentions, your seeds, your goals, for you to get clear about what it is that you desire to see come into fruition over a period, okay, of the next 28 days, over that 28-day lunar cycle, from new moon to full moon and back to new moon again. So by the time the moon has become full, you should see a tangible manifestation in your life of how things have transformed in some kind of way. That doesn't necessarily mean everything will have happened, but as you are doing the work, right, and you are allowing things to happen for you, and you are receiving it, and you're not blocking your blessings, right, then you will see evidence of God working with you and for you, and through you as well. So this is another thing that we will be going into more deeply with this challenge. Very soon we will be approaching a full moon, and the full moon is the time to release. It's the time to shed. It's the time to let things go. So we're going to be, stepping into what are we letting go of, so that what are we clearing, what are we cleaning, so that we can receive more of what it is that we desire. So to recap today, and we're almost here, we're doing great with the time. These are the 4 beautiful and sacred arts that I want you to further research. I always encourage you to do your own independent research and examination of the truth. As Mama Iyanla says, do your own independent examination of the truth. But what I'm sharing with you is these sacred arts of affirmation, of spiritual bathing, of spiritual house cleaning, and new moon manifesting, right? These are things that will literally help you to stand in your power. You are standing in your power to activate your power and to transform your life over and over and over and over again. So, over the next 11 weeks, April 1st, starting April 1st, the Ready to Receive Challenge is happening here in the Beautiful and Sacred Soul Sisters community. Now, this is the way I will be running the challenge, is I will be posting in the Facebook group for all women who are a member of the group. I will be posting some weekly inspiration, some weekly tips for the challenge. And so as a person who, is a member of the community, you have the opportunity to benefit at no cost, at no investment. In other words, just because you are a member of the community, this is my opportunity to continue to pour into you and to share with you. And that will be happening mostly through posting. Now, those women who make another investment will have the opportunity to go even further. You're welcome, Yatanisha. She said, Adupueo, you're welcome, which means thank you. You're very welcome. So for the women who want even more of an experience of working with me week to week to week, there will be an opportunity to sign up and have strategy sessions. And so it's basically like this. If you feel like you need some more support, if you feel like you need some more structure, if you feel like you have any questions or whatever, there will be the opportunity for you to sign up for strategy sessions. And I'm saying strategy session, but it's really more of a consultation, more of a light-filled, beautiful and sacred consultation experience with me. And the consultations during the course of the 11-week challenge are $33. That $33 investment is for 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I always over deliver. And so I'm happy to, come and support you with all of my intuitive gifts, my knowledge, my wisdom, just my joy of helping women and seeing women thrive, to see you thrive and to live your very, very best life. The other thing also, as a member of this challenge, you are not by any means required to purchase some recommended products that I will share, but I will be posting a link for the Essence Tree Amore Love Oil product here, as well as the body butter, which I can finally open because my hands aren't slick anymore. Right there. Y'all, this smells so good. I'm telling you, I'm so happy that I met Charmaine, the founder of Essence Tree. And when I learned about her company and just how amazing, I consider her like a modern Madam C.J. Walker with her company and the way she's empowering women to love themselves and to embrace who we are and to celebrate who we are with these wonderful products. I just had to be a part of this wonderful experience. And so as the Beautiful and Sacred Things founder and creator, my commitment to you is to only bring you quality, to only bring you vetted, trusted people, organizations, opportunities, knowledge that is in integrity, in good character, and that will enhance and enrich your life. So if I'm telling you about Essence Tree, or if I'm sharing with you about the wonderful company where I buy my crystals, for example, I'll be sharing about that during the challenge as well. It is only the best. These are things that I'm using myself and that I have used and shared with other women and now have the opportunity to share with you. And then also there'll be times also as we move forward where I will want you to share about your company and about your business and your brand and what you do. So we're going to be growing into more of that this year. There's some powerful women who I have the great opportunity to be collaborating with an exciting publication project, and I just can't wait to just brag and further share and to introduce them with our beautiful and sacred Soul Sisters community as a whole. So to join the challenge, this is what I'd like you to do. I'm going to share a post in the group, and in the post in the group, there will be the details, any pertinent details that you need to know about when, what will be the schedule of the actual weekly sessions so that you can know and begin to just, plan your time accordingly. To the best of my ability, I will be where I'm saying I'm going to be every week at the same time. And then also, I will also be sharing the links for Essence Tree, as well as another recommendation, like I said, about the gemstones as well. And I want you to do this. This is what I'm asking of you. If you know of any other women who would benefit from the Deep Springtime Clearing Challenge, women who you love, women who you know are wonderful, who will be assets and wonderful, joyful contributors and members of this community, I'm asking that you encourage them to join the beautiful and sacred Soul Sisters community. That would be a blessing to me, and that would be a blessing to them and a blessing to us all, so that we can continue to grow this sisterhood. So look forward to the Ready to Receive Springtime 11-week Declearing Challenge to kick off on April 1st. That is a Sunday, when we'll be kicking off at the start of the month, number one. Number two, if you know someone who would benefit from this challenge, tell them to request membership. Don't just add them to the group, but request that they become members of the group. And that way I have the opportunity to welcome them, to accept them. And then I know that they're new and I can welcome them into the group. And then the third thing is this: participate. I need you to participate, right? I'm sharing, I'm doing this, I'm giving into you, I'm pouring into you. And the way you pour back into me is through your active participation. And active participation is commenting, sharing, likes, there's homework, posting, reflecting, insights. I love a heart, I love a thumbs up, but I want to hear from you. I want you to share in your words and your comments, even in your videos, what this experience is meaning to you. Post your pictures. Show us what you're doing. Show us what you're up to, because not only is it for you, but this is a sisterhood. You are inspiring other women. We are inspiring one another, and we are rising together. So this is the presentation. I want to thank you for joining me tonight for the I Am Ready to Receive Masterclass. I believe and know this to be true. I have already determined this. I intend that in 2018, by the end of this year, my life will be unrecognizably gorgeous and beautiful. I intend to meet my expectations and allow Spirit to do exceedingly and above all that I may think or ask. And so I'm getting even more and more clear every day about my truest heart's desires. I'm believing it. I'm making decisions. I'm owning it. I'm accepting it. And I am allowing. So continue with me on this journey as we all become all of who we are born to be, right? Continue on this journey with me so that we may believe, so that we may receive and allow, so that we may sharpen our perception, so that we may perceive, and so that we may achieve in our greatest dreams. That is my prayer. My greatest dreams, your greatest dreams, and our greatest dreams and hopes for our lives will become the truth of our experience, and that we will continually strip away every layer of illusion and know the truth, which is this: you are beautiful and you are sacred. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. And don't go away. I'm going to end the recording here, and I'll just look forward to seeing you in the group. Peace and blessings.